You may not feel strong today, but God's strength is carrying you. Just breathe and trust Him. It's a simple phrase, but it holds a universe of truth, a profound promise for those moments when the weight of the world feels too heavy to bear. Life as a way of testing our limits, of pushing us to the very edge of what we think we can endure. We face storms that threaten to capsize our hope, climb mountains that seem impossibly steep, and walk through valleys so dark we can't see the path ahead. In these moments, our own strength feels like a flickering candle in a hurricane, fragile and utterly insufficient. We feel weak, depleted, and perhaps even defeated. It's in this very space of perceived weakness that a divine exchange is offered to us, a truth that can anchor our souls and steady our hearts. The feeling of not being strong enough is a universal human experience. It can manifest in countless ways. Perhaps you're facing a health crisis, and your body feels like it's betraying you. The physical pain, the uncertainty, the endless doctor's appointments, it all chips away at your resilience. Or, maybe it's a financial struggle, where the pressure of mounting bills and the fear of an uncertain future create a constant, gnawing anxiety. You work hard, you try to make ends meet, but it feels like you're always one step behind. Perhaps it's the quiet ache of a broken heart, the sting of betrayal, or the profound loneliness that comes from feeling unseen and misunderstood. You put on a brave face for the world, but inside, you're crumbling. It could even be the overwhelming demands of responsibility, caring for a family, leading a team, or navigating a high-pressure career that leave you feeling drained and empty, with nothing left to give. In these moments, we often tell ourselves we need to be stronger. We try to grit our teeth, to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, to muscle through the pain. We believe that the solution lies within our own fortitude. But what if the answer isn't about mustering more of our own strength? What if the real secret is to acknowledge our weakness and lean into a strength that is not our own? The Bible tells us in Isaiah 40:29, He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might He increases strength. This isn't a call to deny our feelings of weakness. It's an invitation to see them as a prerequisite for receiving His power. Our emptiness becomes the very vessel that God is waiting to fill. Our admission of I can't opens the door for Him to declare, I can. Think of a small child learning to walk. They take a few wobbly steps, their arms flailing, their legs unsteady. They stumble and fall. In that moment, a loving parent doesn't scold them for their weakness or tell them to try harder on their own. Instead, the parent reaches down, scoops the child into their strong arms, and carries them. The child's journey doesn't stop. They are simply being transported by a power far greater than their own. This is the image of how God carries us. When our legs give out, when we stumble over the obstacles in our path, His strength becomes our mode of transport. He doesn't just walk beside us, He lifts us up and carries us through. We are not abandoned in our struggle, we are held securely in His embrace. So, how do we access this strength? How do we move from feeling the crushing weight on our own shoulders to feeling the lift of His arms beneath us? The instruction is deceptively simple. Just breathe and trust Him. Breathing is the most natural, essential act of life. We do it without thinking. Yet, in moments of stress and panic, our breathing becomes shallow and constricted. Taking a deep, conscious breath is a physical act of surrender. It calms our nervous system. It signals to our body that, even in the midst of chaos, we can find a moment of peace. In a spiritual sense, breathing is an act of receiving. With every inhale, we can imagine breathing in His peace, His presence, and His strength. With every exhale, we can release the fear, the anxiety, and the burden of trying to do it all on our own. It's a rhythm of grace, receive, release. Inhale His power, exhale your worry. Trust is the second part of this divine equation, and it is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Trust is not a fleeting feeling, it is a conscious choice. It's choosing to believe that God is who He says He is, even when our circumstances scream the opposite. It's believing that He is good, that He is faithful, and that His plans for us are for our ultimate welfare, not for our harm. Trusting Him means relinquishing our need to understand everything. We may not see the end of the road. We may not comprehend why we are going through this particular trial, but we can trust the one who holds the mat. We can trust the character of our guide. Imagine you are crossing a treacherous, swinging rope bridge over a deep canyon. You are terrified of heights, and the bridge is swaying violently in the wind. A master guide, who has crossed this bridge thousands of times, comes to you and says, "Hold on to me. Don't look down. Just focus on my steps and trust that I will get you to the other side." Your fear doesn't magically disappear. The wind still howls, and the bridge still sways. But you make a choice. You fix your eyes on the guy, you hold on tight, and you place your feet where he places his. You have transferred your trust from your own ability and navigate the bridge to the guide's proven expertise and strength. This is what it means to trust God. We stop looking at the terrifying circumstances around us and fix our gaze on Him. We hold on to His promises found in Scripture, and we choose to believe that He is leading us safely through. The Apostle Paul, who endured unimaginable hardship, understood this principle intimately. He wrote into Corinthians 12:9-10, "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then, I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong.'" Paul learned that his moments of greatest weakness were the moments of God's greatest display of power in his life. He didn't just tolerate his weakness, he boasted in it, because it was the gateway to experiencing the strength of Christ. So today, if you feel weak, you are not failing. You are, in fact, in the perfect position to experience a supernatural strength. Your feeling of inadequacy is not a sign of God's absence, but an invitation into His presence. You don't have to pretend you have it all together. You don't have to put on a brave face for God. He sees your tired heart. He knows the weight you carry. And He is not standing by, waiting for you to get stronger. He is reaching for you, right now, in the midst of your struggle. Allow yourself to be carried. Picture His arms around you, lifting you above the fray. Feel the strain leave your shoulders as you lean back into His chest. This is not about giving up, it is about giving it over to Him. It's a surrender that leads not to defeat, but to ultimate victory. The battle may still be raging, but you are no longer fighting it alone. You are being carried by the Creator of the universe, the one who speaks galaxies into existence and who knows every hair on your head. His strength is not a limited resource, it is an infinite, inexhaustible well from which you can draw. You may not feel strong today, and that is okay. You don't have to be. Let go of the pressure to perform, to endure, to be enough. God's strength is not just available to you, it is actively carrying you. Let this truth sink deep into your spirit. Let it be the air you breathe and the anchor for your soul. Just breathe and trust Him. He's got you. He has always had you. And He will never let you go.